When you hear the word dictator, what comes to mind? I'm sure it must be pictures of Hitler, Stalin, even Mussolini. Brutal men who crushed democracy and ruled with fear. But here is the twist. Some people say Charles de Gaulle, the man who saved France after Second World War, was also a benevolent dictator. Is that true? And if so, was he the only one the world has ever seen? Let's find out in today's video. In 1958, France was falling apart. The Algerian War was tearing the country in two. Governments collapsed every few months, and the entire Fourth Republic of France looked doomed. Out of this chaos, Charles de Gaulle returned to power, but instead of becoming a typical strongman, he used his emergency powers to create the Fifth Republic, a system where the president held extraordinary authority. Some called him a savior, others whispered, Dictator. Let's be real, de Gaulle behaved like no ordinary politician. He could dissolve parliament, bypass lawmakers with national referendums, and he made massive decisions like pulling France out of NATO's military command all on his own. He did not care much for parties or compromise. He ruled with strength and with his own vision of France. Sounds pretty dictatorial, right? But here is the key difference. De Gaulle wasn't ruling for himself. He didn't crush democracy, he did not ban opposition parties, and he did not stay in power forever. In fact, in 1969, when he lost a referendum on regional reforms, he shocked the world by resigning immediately. That's the exact opposite of what typical dictators do. A real dictator clings to power until the very end. De Gaulle walked away. So, was he truly the only benevolent dictator the world has ever seen? Not exactly. Think about Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. He ruled with an iron hand but transformed a tiny city state into an economic superpower. Or Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in Turkey, who modernized Turkey by force. These men also get called benevolent dictators quite often. The difference is de Gaulle operated within a democracy. He was elected and he respected the people's verdict when they turned against him. So here's the verdict in today's video. Charles de Gaulle wasn't really a dictator at all. He was what you might call an authoritarian democrat, a leader who concentrated power, acted boldly, but ultimately bowed to the will of the people. Don't blame me if you are getting visions of a different man in your mind right now. If anything, Charles de Gaulle proved, that strong leadership and democracy don't always have to be enemies. So, was Charles de Gaulle the world's only benevolent dictator? I don't think so. But he might be the only leader in history who had the power of a dictator and still chose to walk away. What do you think? Was he a savior for France, or was he a dictator, or was he something in between? Drop your thoughts in the comment section.